Hello and welcome to QuestLore, a family Lorcana podcast where each and every week we come to you and talk to you about all things Lorcana. This week we are down one member, but
Again,
again for the next time, right? Jen isn't here, but the people that are here with you are myself, Matt.
me, Emmett, and I'm Malcolm.
Yep, so it's just the three boys this week. Exactly what the Lorcana scene needed was a bunch of white guys talking about it. So Jen is off on a work assignment, but no worries there. We will come to you this week and hopefully give some entertaining Lorcana talk. So let's start off how we start off every single week and talk about how we played. We only went to League this past Sunday, no other playing this week. So how
Because
did
we had a sleepover and Malcolm was tired.
you were tired too, man? You were super tired. Don't even try to just blame it on Malcolm. You guys were tired, not a problem. We couldn't play on Wednesday. We did play on Sunday. How'd it go on Sunday? Malcolm?
Um, that
It was a while ago. It's been a lot.
it was 4 days ago.
Yeah, it was a bit. It still can be a lot if a lot of things were happening. And a lot of things have been happening this week with Mom gone. I know it was a smaller crowd again, right?
Yeah.
Because it was also the last day to win that Ursula, so a lot of people were out playing for that Ursula.
It totally wasn't my fault that he was giving out set one cards.
Yeah, so our prize packs were set one cards, which was cool because we got to be prepared. That was fun.
Be prepared.
Yeah. So I think you guys both went 1 and 2 or 2 and 1.
I went 2 and 1.
Yeah.
You went 1 and 2. Yeah, because I mean technically 2-3 because Bob typed in that I won.
Yeah. Well, you still lost, buddy.
Yeah.
I know I went 2 and 1. I got, I was trying to play a different deck than I normally play. I was playing the Mufasa deck. So a little bit of move action over on my end.
I'm gonna try that this Sunday because I am not sure about my evasive deck or my ruby amethyst deck.
And the Mufasa deck can be pretty good, but it's a little tricky.
I played the Mufasa deck before with Amber Emerald.
Well, this is Amber Ruby. Your evasive deck might be good because we also have to make decisions about Toronto, right? Because this will be the last time we get to play before the Toronto DLC. Well, not really the last time we'll get to play. We'll probably go to like leagues that after that week we come back, but Shimmering Skies comes out in a week.
Shimmering Skies in August.
Yep. Shimmering Skies comes out a week from now, right? And that will be legal to play in card shops. So when we go play with other people, we'll be playing in set 5 stuff. But when we go to Toronto, it will be set 4. So
So basically, whatever deck you have now, keep it. Keep it. Do not mess it up because if you're going to Toronto, you're gonna use that.
unless you're playing with Bucky, in which case you can't use that one.
Except for if you're playing a discard deck, but who's playing with discard deck? Oh, I forgot half the population of what kind of people play Bucky.
Right, but you can't use the Bucky card, or you can still use the Bucky card.
Bucky anymore.
But that deck doesn't work the same, and it won't be as effective as it was before. So there will be a lot of people trying out new things, but then you don't get those like 2 weeks once Shimmering Skies comes out. You won't have those 2 weeks to practice unless you practice with friends internally that are going to Toronto. All the card shops will be allowing set 5 play, so it'll be a little bit tricky. We're also taking off for vacation next Tuesday. Yep, we're heading over to Disneyland and then over to Hawaii. So we won't be playing like after this week. We probably won't play in our regular store for like a month because we have the 2 weeks we're off on vacation, and then we're going to Toronto, and then the next week is Labor Day, where they don't probably won't be playing that Sunday. So it'll be a while before we're able to go back and play again. We'll probably pick up a couple Wednesdays, but
welcome back to Christmas Carol, Emmett.
sure, yes, just like if you guys were gonna play, we're just gonna miss a few weeks. But when we do come back, we will be playing with Shimmering Skies.
Shimmering Skies in August.
We're gonna get to it, okay?
It's almost.
We're gonna get to it, all right?
Today's August 1st.
Yeah, we're working.
It's in August. What? It's August? Wait. You're telling me it's August?
Yeah, I know. Summer vacation can mess with your mind.
It's August? I thought it was like July 30th or 31st.
That was
Nope,
yesterday.
that was yesterday. Was the 31st. Now it's August 1st. So we are in August, neck deep in it.
Okay, let me change up myself. Shimmering skies this month.
Next week, actually.
Shimmering skies next week.
You didn't
Yeah.
have to say anything.
It'll be
bad.
1 week away from Friday for the week that we're recording it in. You also got a lot of people at Gen Con this week, which is a big board game convention in Indianapolis, I believe. Something we've always thought about going to, but well, I always, but like for the past couple of years, have thought about going to. But with our vacation coming up, we can't do that and then go on vacation. Maybe next year, we'll see. But those able to go to Gen Con are able to get this like new first anniversary badge, Mickey badge, as we're nearing the 1 year anniversary of Lorcana. So that's
Also, I
pretty
have
cool.
a question, Dad.
Yeah.
Is the voters going to be as stupid in Toronto that it was in Chicago?
It'll probably be the same format. We'll see. But odds are we'll want to play the Lorcana events because if you do like a seal thing or a draft thing, you're going to get set 5 cards instead of the set 4 cards. So we'll still be searching for set 5 cards, so we'll probably want to do that.
And what enchanters are we going for that we've seen so far?
That we've seen that have shown you guys so far.
Yeah.
Owl, Archimedes. I don't know Archimedes.
I want either
Royal Tantrum?
Yes, or Archimedes.
Well, that I think you guys have only seen like 3 or 4 of them
Yeah.
at most.
3, not including Mirabelle.
There are some really nice ones out there this time around. We're not going to go over any of the enchanted this time. This is mostly newer cards and.
Any new legendaries?
Yep, there'll be new legendaries. We got lots of stuff to go over when it comes to new
Diablo
cards.
2.0.
Before we do hop into the new cards, I do want to give a nice thank you to 2 podcasts that I listen to, 40 Born and Live Laugh Lorcana. Both of their hosts have decided to kind of step back from the content creation for a variety of reasons, burnout, just wanting to focus on other things, which is super fine. I applaud them for doing that. It's hard. I try to put as little effort into being able to do this podcast as we can so that I can keep doing it. But those 2 in particular, those 2 podcasts, 40 Born and Live Laugh Arcana, were 2 podcasts I listened to. And when we decided to do this podcast, the reason why was because of those 2. They're much more chill, laid back podcasters, kind of just putting out some general Lorcana content out there instead of the serious. All right, here's how you play. This is what you play on turn 2. This is what you play on turn 3. Ink this, ink that. They were much more chill and laid back. Go back and listen to their episodes. I think there's a ton of great insight into them. But I just want to say thank you to them, and I hope to still see you around content creation community.
So, thank you, whoever hosts Live Laugh Lorcana and the other show.
Okay, let's move on though to actually talking about Shimmering Skies.
Shimmering skies next week.
What time are you gonna do that? Going up 10? Bunch. Okay, got it. So let's take a look at some new cards for Shimmering Skies. All right, let's get going. Up first, Magica Dispel. It's a 4-cost inkable amethyst card. She's a cruel sorceress. Strength of 2, willpower of 5, quest for 1. Special ability is playing with power. During opponent's turns, if an effect could cause you to discard one or more of your cards from your hand, you don't discard. So
this would be good against Bucky if Bucky lives.
yeah, if the Bucky thing was still around, right, being used, like you play this on turn 4 and basically mitigate the damage that Bucky can do. This also will protect you from sudden chills. It'll protect you from You Have Forgotten Me. It will protect you from the most interesting one is actually protects you from Whole New World. So you don't discard your hand from Whole New World, but you still get to draw 7 cards.
So, wait.
Well, the Jafar, right, doesn't. You don't want them to do it because they gain lore if they were to play Whole New World with Jafar, like tap. And this only works on the opponent's turn. So like Merfolk, this does nothing against. The Flynn Rider, this does nothing against. But it is a little bit of defense if you see a lot of discard going on.
Like My thought is they probably made this during set 2, maybe early set 3, and they saw that the discard deck was being really good. Not the Bucky, just the normal.
Sure.
And so they probably made this to try to stop it, even though it was back in late set 2, early set 3.
Yep.
So here's the time when we started our podcast.
Something like that. But so here's one tool against the discards. Up next, we've got Anna, Mystical Majesty. It's a rare amethyst card. Costs 7, is uninkable. Shifts for 4, quests for 2.
I don't get
Has the
how.
power, when you play this character, exert all opposing characters.
Oh, this is actually pretty good in Ruby Amethyst.
So it's kind of similar to her sister Elsa's ability, right? Where she can choose to exert them, but she freezes them. Anna's just enforcing her imperial will on the peasants by making them all exert.
I think this would be subplay in Ruby Amethyst.
So there's a combo where, like, there's that genie card that kind of locks people. There's a genie card that when he's exerted locks other characters in play. So like you could do some kind of lock combination with Anna and that genie. It could be like a kind of a lockdown deck where basically you have your opponent has characters on board, but they can't do anything because they're exerted. Up next is Arthur, King Victorious. He's a steel 7-cost uninkable, strength of 3, willpower of 6, quests for 3, shifts for 5. It's a legendary, and special ability is Knighted by the King. When you play this character, chosen character gains Challenger +2 and Resist +2, and can challenge ready characters this turn.
Do you think this would work in your deck if there's another steel author?
No.
Nah, it's pretty expensive to come down on turn 5, right? And you're giving someone Challenger +2 and Resist +2.
The only deck that I might see this working is Amethyst Steel. No, not even Amethyst Steel because you don't want because I'm pretty sure the Amethyst author is better than this.
Yeah, my thought here is why wouldn't you just play the Cinderella Stouthearted? Right, she's already a 5/5, has the resist 2. She quests for 3, so why not just play that if you're gonna play a big steel body?
And she's inkable.
Yep, and she's inkable.
This is a uninkable 3/6 shifts for 5. You know, I'm pretty sure that one stupid author Emerald might be 4. And it just gives people resist +2 and challenger +2.
Yep.
I mean, this could be good one now.
I don't think this is gonna be good.
I don't think this.
It's really cool art though.
Mm-hmm.
So got that going for it. Up next, we've got Namari, Resolute Daughter, another steel card. It's a 9-cost uninkable, strength of 5, willpower 5, quest for 3. Special ability is I don't have any other choice. For each opposing character that was banished and challenged this turn, you pay 2 ink less to play this character. Also has resist 3. So
the resist 3 might be what gets this character some play.
Yeah, if you can somehow banish, I guess maybe, somehow you're using this with a ruby and you play Be Prepared. Oh no, it has to be banished in a challenge, so that doesn't even work. I don't know. You can reduce the cost on this, but only so much. At most, you're like banishing maybe 2 characters by challenges during a turn, so you can reduce your cost to 5, but still an uninkable, and you have to have that special thing in play, so not that great. Up next, it's Alana Dale. Rockin' Rooster. It's a 4-cost inkable amber card, strength of 2, willpower of 3, quests for 2.
So it's basically a flute on a stick.
And special ability is fan favorite. Whenever you play a song, gain 1 more.
Yes. Yep, just a flute on a body.
It is very similar to flutes, except you can get multiple triggers off of it. So if you play 2 songs, you can get 2 lore in a turn, right? You don't have to tap them or anything like that. You can still then quest for 2. So, but being that he is on a person and not an item, a lot more things can get rid of him.
Mm-hmm. Or you could just not quest with him.
Well, even if you don't quest with him, right? Songs can get rid of him, actions get rid of him, dies to Medusa, dies to Brawl, dies to a lot of things. So let's take a look at our next one. Who's With Me? It's a 3-cost inkable action card that's in Ruby. Your characters get +2 strength this turn, and whenever one of your characters with reckless challenges another character this turn, you gain 2 lore.
Oh, this might be good with Aunt Ruby. What is his flavor text?
Yeah, don't forget the purple unicorn is mine. I don't know why there's a purple unicorn.
Who's the purple unicorn in Disney?
I don't know. I don't know.
The Inside Out unicorn is purple.
It's Maleficent.
Maybe he's talking about Maleficent, you think?
Maleficent.
No, but
That's-
remember, Maleficent isn't a unicorn. Maleficent is a goat.
I guess.
Well, I mean, he might be. I mean, Gaston isn't exactly the brightest in the bunch, so maybe he's thinking, oh, I can go ride Maleficent as a dragon, just ride her around, and he's like, that's a unicorn, because he can't count, right? So yeah, for sure, unicorn. Okay, up next we've got
Pizza Club, House Pizza Club, House Pizza Club, House Pizza Club. Wait a minute. It's another black and white card, and this connects with the other Emerald black and white card. I'm pretty sure.
So yeah, so this is Pete Steamboat Rival. It's a 7-cost inkable ruby card.
Nope.
Strength of 6, willpower of 6, quests for 2. Special ability is disappear when you play this character. If you have a character named Pete in play, you may banish chosen opposing character.
Yep, they're trying to make a Pete deck. Definitely, 100%. No
Yes.
Robin Hood deck, only Pete deck.
I don't think there's enough Pete's to make a Pete
Do
deck.
you want
but-
to play the Pete deck? It'll be called Pete Club, House Pete Club, House Pete Club, House.
So, Emmett, you are correct. This does connect with the Steamboat Willie Mickey card. That's in Emerald. If you put them next to each other, they do connect. The artwork does. It's pretty cool that we're getting cross-set connections. So that's pretty neat.
I mean, they did it in set 2 with the Mickey and the Mickey. The Mickey and Pluto, I mean.
Yes.
We know the way.
Yep. So our next card is We Know the Way. It's an action song in Amethyst. It's free. It's inkable. The ability is you shuffle chosen card from your discard into your deck. Reveal the top card of your deck. If it has the same name as the chosen card, you may play the revealed card for free. Otherwise, put it into your hand.
This is going to work so good with rooms.
Yeah, this is a good room deck card.
Sure. Yeah. If you've got a room deck card, yeah, that could work for that. Cause then you would be. But it's 3 to draw 1.
Yeah.
You might be able to play a card for free. You might not.
Yeah.
And your opponent will know that. But if you're going to play a 3-cost Amethyst song, this is not the song I want to play. The song is Friends on the Other Side, right? Because then you're just drawing 2 cards.
But I could see people playing this in the room deck, maybe.
Sure. I would probably for sure see it in like a draft or something.
Yeah, definitely.
Because you won't. You're not gonna probably unveil the card you put in, right? But you'll at least get to draw a card.
And card
you can
draw.
sing it for free, so that's always important.
And card draw is very good in drafts.
Yep. All right. Up next, we've got the Queen, fairest in the land. It's a sapphire 5-cost inkable card. Strength 2, willpower 6, quests for 1, shifts for 3, has ward, and special ability is Reflections of Vanity. This character gets +1 lore for each character named the Queen you have in play.
Why do I feel like this would be good in a Sapphire deck? Because, like, basically the half populations of queens are in Sapphire.
Well, number one, it would be best in a Sapphire deck. Since it's a Sapphire card, you can't play it in any type of other deck, dude. So yeah, you play this probably in Sapphire.
Maybe
Amethyst, those have the Queen cards. Or through Sapphire and Amber, those
with
have
the
Queen
shifting
cards.
queens.
Yep. So those are the 2 you'd play it with
So
if you
they-
want an army of queens, a queen type deck.
So they just really want us to make decks with just characters. They want us to make a Robin Hood deck. They want us to make a Queen deck, a Goat deck.
What goat deck?
Maleficent. And they want us to make a Pete deck apparently, which is what Emmett's gonna be playing in set 5.
House Pete's Club, House Pete's
So
Club,
yeah,
House
so they
Pete's
want us to
Club,
make
House.
Pete's
Anyway, next card. What button do I
It's
press?
just you let me press the button and then you don't do anything. Okay. Next we have Queen's Sensor Core. This is an amber item. It's a 2-cost inkable, two abilities.
I saw this
First,
before.
symbol of nobility at the start of your turn. If you have a princess or queen character in play, gain 1 lore.
This will
Something
get.
for the queen deck.
Yeah, this would work for the queen deck. You're right. The next one is Royal Search. You tap it, you pay 2 ink, reveal the top card of your deck. If it's a princess or a queen character, you may put it into your hand. Otherwise, put it on the top of your deck.
So
This would
it
also
could
look an amber amethyst.
Sure.
Except that it. Oh right, I thought he was about to say it could also look in like amethyst, like steel, and I'm just like.
As long as it's an amber one, it could work. I mean, the thing that you would probably think of first is you do the amber. I mean, the amber one already has a tons of queens and princesses. You're talking Rapunzel, you're talking the Ariels, you're talking the Queen, right? That's all in there. You can combine that with the Phil, and those are a bunch of heroes in there too. So an easy way to get some passive lore. Cheeky lore. Up next, Cusco, Selfish Emperor. It's a 6-cost inkable. He's got a strength of 3, a willpower of 5. He's in Sapphire. Quests for 2 abilities. The first is Outplacement. When you play this character, you may put chosen item or location into its player's inkwell, face down and exerted.
This would kind of look in amber.
Well, he's got one other one. By invite only, 4 ink. You other characters gain resist +1 until the start of your next turn. So you can pay 4 ink to give everybody resist +1. But it's that first ability. So here's the thing. There are cards that destroy items, right? Benja, the Hard-Headed Beast,
Yep.
Rise of the Titans, all destroy items. And it puts them into their discard. But the problem is everyone that's playing with items are probably also playing Tamatoa, right? Tamatoa brings back the items from your discard. This puts it into the inkwell. That item is gone. You've removed it from play.
Oh, now I see why it's good.
Yeah. So removes the item from play completely. So if they've got a dime out, you play this, you send the dime to the inkwell. You don't have to see that dime ever again. Unless they're playing that Mufasa card, which I don't know if we've gone over.
Yes, we did.
Yeah, the Mufasa card. So unless they're playing that Mufasa card where they can sometimes get stuff back from their inkwell, you can keep sending things to their inkwell if they just go.
But only when you play this character.
Yeah, I'm thinking he might be good in
Sapphire. Wait, what if it's Sapphire Emerald? Or Sapphire Amethyst, and you can play a fox and hymns, fox and hymns, fox and hymns, fox and hymns.
Yeah.
But you can only have 4 foxes in your deck.
Yeah, snakes and an elephant too. So there are plenty of things.
Dragons.
So this is kind of a neat card. What's cool about this? So you see how he's dyed this like lineup, this like kind of velvet rope thing that he's playing with. There are like 4 or 5 villain cards that have that rope in the background that all kind of connect. And then
That's
at
cool.
the head of that line is Kronk as the security specialist. I always thought at the beginning.
Remember
It's cool that they all kind of connect. They won't connect in your collection when you have them in a binder, but if you line them all up, you can. Let's look at our next card. We've got Shenzi, the head hyena. It's an emerald card, a 5-cost inkable, strength of 3, willpower of 6, quest for 1, 2 abilities. Stick around for dinner. This character gets +1 strength for each other hyena character you have in play.
Now they want hyena decks?
Oh yeah, they were going to want hyena decks. The other one is, what have we got here? Whenever one of your hyena characters challenges a damage character, gain 2 lore. So if you've got some damage characters out in the field, say you're playing with a steel, you can do like Tinkerbell or grab your swords, do some damage to them, and get some extra lore from any of your hyena characters. So if you are building a hyena deck, this would be decent, but I don't think a hyena deck is really useful just yet.
When's Naveen?
Yep. Up next, a very big card. So this is another legendary. It's Prince Naveen, ukulele player. He's got a quest. He's 4-cost uninkable, strength of 3, willpower of 3. He's a singer 6.
So that means, wait, then I could play Gun 24.
Yeah. So there's not a ton of 6-cost cards that he could sing. Probably the singer 5 that will get used for the most. He quests for 2, but it's his special ability. It's beautiful, no? When you play this character, you may play a song with cost 6 or less for free.
What songs plus 6 or less?
Whole New World.
Oh wait, I thought
Grab
I
your
thought
swords.
you said 6. Just 6.
Nope. Whole New World, Grab Your Swords, Along Came Zeus.
And then along came Zeus.
So basically, you play this, and you can play any of those songs for free right from your hand. Right away, without having to wait for them to dry or anything.
And my next card.
Pretty good one. We've got a location. It's the Pride Lands, Jungle Oasis. Yeah. Yeah, so this is our first dual named location. So again, I thought that, eventually we're going to get some Bloodborne locations. It's a 3-cost inkable. It's a 2 ink cost to move here. It's got 8 willpower. It gains 1 lore on the set ability. Special ability is Our Humble Home. While you have 3 or more characters here, you may banish this location to play a character from your discard for free. It's a lot, man. You're talking, you got to pay the 3 ink to play this, 6 ink to move things there, plus all the ink for the cards. And then you just get rid of the location so that you can play one character for free. It's quite a bit to play. Next up, plate armor. It's a 4-cost uninkable item in steel. You tap it. Chosen character gains resist +2 until the start of next turn.
So basically a better mouse armor.
Yep. 2 mice armors melded into 1.
So they got like.
Yep. Okay. So up next is the Emerald Prince John's Mirror. It's a 3-cost inkable item. 2 abilities. If you look regal, if you have a character named Prince John in play, you pay 1 ink less to play this item. So there are no Prince John characters that cost less than 3 still right now, even with all the Shimmering Skies cards out. So best your reducing cost is not until turn 4. But it's the second ability. That's a feeling of power. At the end of each opponent's turn, if they have more than 3 cards in their hand, they discard until they have 3 cards in their hand.
Yeah, this would work perfect with Bucky.
Yeah. So basically, it doesn't kill you as badly as Bucky did, because it will only bring you down to 3. But then they have their turn after that, where they can do sudden chills and You Have Forgotten Me and all that kind of stuff to basically remove any of the rest of your cards from your hand. It's not as bad as Bucky because there is more easy item removal. Let's just on curve, right? You've got the steel stuff, you've got the stuff we just showed in blue, you've got some stuff in amethyst, but like ruby and emerald and no, emerald has some item removal, but like ruby and amber, not so much. So this card may be a problem, may be kept in check because there is so much item removal. So we'll see. But I didn't like it. Do you guys like it?
No.
No, I didn't think you would. Up next, it's Blast from Your Past. It's a song in Amber. Here's a 6-cost song, dude.
What
He's
even
uninkable.
is this?
So what you do when you sing it or play it, you name a card. Return all character cards with that name from your discard to your hand. So if you are playing a type of deck that only has one or a lot of one specific type of card, you can bring them all from your discard back to your hand.
Blue deck, green deck, heat deck.
Yep. Not gonna be a Pete deck. No one's gonna play a Pete deck, and they're not gonna play it with Amber. There's no Amber Pete's.
I thought I was gonna play the Pete deck.
Pete.
There are no Amber Brooms. The best this worked with would be the Queen, right? If you're doing a Queen deck with Amber, maybe an Ariel deck.
Blue deck. And a blue deck.
What? Baloo movies?
Yeah,
You can't. Don't do it. You're not gonna.
There's 350 balloon movies.
There is not that many Baloo movies. There's like 2. Maybe 3, and 2 of them are the same movie, just with different animation. All right, up next, a legendary. It's Camilo Madrigal. Camilo Madrigal.
That's
Family copycat. What's the name on the card?
Alright.
What does he do? What does he do? What does he do, huh? Now what do you want to say, huh? Who is that? Who is that, Emmett?
That's Camilo.
In
Yeah.
the background, it's Fish Lady. It's the lady
Yeah,
whose fish died in the song.
Yes, so
He told me about it without
here-
next day. Yeah.
here we see that Camilo obviously is the one that actually killed the fish. And transformed himself into Bruno to say, no, it was a prophecy, I promise. But it was really, now we know, Camilo Madrigal, fish killer, coming in the next set. He's the next big bad, actually, Camilo. It's a 6-cost inkable. He's got a strength of 3, willpower of 7, quests for 1, but it's a special ability, imitate. Whenever this character quests, you may gain lore equal to the lore of chosen other characters of yours. Then you return that character to your hand, right? So let's say it's an amethyst, so let's just take it real simple. You could bounce a goat back with him, right? You quest with him, you get the lore from the goat, you bounce the goat back, you get the another lore from the goat bouncing back, right? The big ones like Ursula and Elsa could also be played here, or you could play with a bunch of other characters with different things. So it's got a neat ability, but it's expensive and it's got that low strength. So odds are you won't get to quest with him because he'll get killed by Medusa or something similar.
I can't be killed by Brawl.
That's true. Can't be killed by Brawl.
Wow!
Yeah, that's the name of the card. Okay, let's move on. We've got the Sheriff of Nottingham, Old Moneybag. It's a Sapphire card. He's a 9-cost, uninkable. Strength of 5, willpower 9, quests for 4. And it's its special ability, every little bit helps. For each item you have in play, you play 1 less ink to play this character.
Oh, come on. You can usually play this on turn, like, because you can play 8 drops on turn 5. You can play this on, like...
Yeah, you could probably play this pretty early if you're playing a full item deck. You could definitely get that out there quickly. It also has support, where you can add strength to another character's strength. Yeah, it could be a good card. Be interesting to see what we can cook up with it. Definitely could find a place in the blue item decks. Up next, it's Scroop.
Oh, each one has a plan.
Yep, Odious Mutineer. I wouldn't have thought that Scroop would get his second card. It's a 3-cost, uninkable, strength of 2, willpower of 1, quests for 2. He's in Emerald. He's evasive. And he has a special ability. Do say hello to Mr. Arrow. When you play this character, you may pay 3 ink to banish chosen damage character. So again, trying to make that kind of damaging deck happen. I don't know, with the 3-cost uninkable, I don't know if you're gonna really see a ton of play unless you can really do some damage to stuff.
Like if you get up to 6 ink and then take damage.
Yeah, but I feel really bad like playing this guy at 6 ink.
And then banish him like a Medusa or Mouse.
I mean, if you're able to banish something, that's cool, but he's a 2/1, man. He dies to a lot of stuff. So.
Like Medusa and Brawl.
Yeah.
Wow.
To Tinkerbell just coming on the field, to grab your swords, he dies to so much, and to really do his ability, you have to wait till turn 6. So, I don't know, not excited.
The reason Scorp got 2 cards is he's like the villain's sidekick.
So that automatically makes you get 2 cards.
I'm saying that's why he has 2 cards, yet Oswald only technically has 1.
Not even out yet.
I know.
Alright, up next, a legendary. It's Jafar, Tyrannical Hypnotist. He's a steel, 6 ink, inkable. His strength is 0, willpower of 7, but he has Challenger plus 7. He quests for 2 and has the ability Intimidating Gaze. Opposing characters with cost 4 or less can't challenge. This reminds me a little bit of Gantu, but his characters are 2 or less. You get him out on the board, like they're.
But this is a 6-drop. He's an 8-drop.
Yeah, he's only 6. He's inkable, so maybe he sees them play, but I don't know. That 0 thing, that means he dies to Brawl, he dies to Medusa, he dies to the human Sisu, he dies to a lot of stuff in Ruby. But I don't know. I don't think he can die to just one baby kick. I think you need 2 baby kicks. Yes, like 2 baby kicks.
Okay.
Okay. 2.
Baby kick.
Yeah. But he does have some text on there. No one will keep me from the broken crown.
Okay, who's going to be the next villain? Is it going to be Hades? Is it going to be him?
It's gonna be Camilo.
Well, we've also got these 2 cards. The first one is an emerald card action. It's a hypnotic deduction, a 2-cost inkable.
Wait, is that Basil?
That is Basil, and he looks to be hypnotized. He draw 3 cards, then put 2 cards from your hand to the top of your deck in any order. And his flavor text is a security device, easily defeated, of course. Once I make room for the crown, I can bring it to him. Who is the him? He looks hypnotized because we've also got hypnotic strength and amethyst action. It's a 2-cost inkable. It's Jafar's staff. You draw a card. Chosen character gains challenger +2 this turn. Not too bad. Suddenly, Basil felt a strong desire to find the broken crown.
So what you're saying is Gaston's the villain.
Yeah, that's obviously what I'm leading to. Gaston somehow, despite not wanting to acknowledge the fact that books exist, learned magic, stole Jafar's scepter, and used it to hypnotize a mouse to find a crown.
That sounds like a good movie to me.
What?
Or maybe just a Disney Plus though.
No, what?
At least the Disney, yeah, at best the Disney Plus.
Why does this sound so much like Smash Bros? He's hypnotizing somebody from a different movie that happened in the Brawl Adventure mode.
Okay. Fascinating. But here we have, obviously, Jafar has hypnotized Basil to get the Hexwell crown.
The half Hexwell crown.
Well, where's the other half? It's gotta be somewhere, right?
Oh wait, that's what the next one.
No, it's not.
Okay, let's see what it is then.
Okay. See, not that. It's not the other half of the Hexwell crown. That it's only the half Hexwell crown is the only thing that we've seen, which is the card that came in.
It's actually a pretty good card.
This is Revive. We'll move on to it. It's an amber 5-cost uninkable. You play a card with cost 5 or less from your discard for free. Well, it's not really for free because you're paying 5 for this. So, hopefully it's a really good card if you're doing this. I'm not sure that it's super playable just being that 5. I mean, what would you bring back with cost 5 or less?
Maui.
Sure, you could bring back Maui. You could bring back Mufasa.
Mufasa's an 8-drop.
No, the amber one. Right, he's a 5-cost. So there's a couple things you could use for, but I'm not sure. It's a little bit much. So that is Mother Gothel on there. It is a Rapunzel type card.
Wait, what?
Stop it. Now we've got Anna, Diplomatic Queen. It's another legendary. It's in Emerald. She has a strength of 2, willpower 3. It's a 3-cost uninkable, quests for 2. And then has a big old text with Royal Resolution. Whenever you play this character, you may pay 2 ink to choose one. You can either, each opponent chooses and discards a card. Chosen character gets +2 strength this turn, or banish chosen damaged character. So a bunch of different choices that you can do with it. You can't really do any of that stuff until turn 5. You don't play it until turn 5, and then you're kind of left with this weak character that you paid for 5 ink and you did something with it, hopefully. So not that great of a card to me. What do you guys think?
I don't think it's gonna be good.
Yeah, it's
No. I mean, it would be seen if Bucky was still alive.
Well, no, because you can't banish.
Each opponent chooses and discard a card,
So sure,
man.
you can make someone discard a card, but if you're doing that on turn 5, hopefully you have other things to make them discard if that's your game plan. I'd rather play a Lucifer on turn 5 than this, right?
Robin Hood and Little John walking through the forest.
Yep, so we've got Robin Hood Shapeshifter, the Ruby Legendary. He's a 4-cost uninkable, strength 1, willpower 4, quests for 2, special ability. Whenever this character quests, look at the top 4 cards of your deck. You may reveal an action card with cost 6 or less and play it for free. Put the rest in your discard. So, let you play an action for free if you get it in those first 4 cards. And then you put those cards in your deck. So if you're playing, say, Ruby and Amber, right, you could be throwing a bunch of actions into your deck.
Oh, so this is basically
or a bunch of characters so that you could play Chernobog easier.
Is this like an Ariel 2.0?
It is similar to an Ariel, except you're putting the cards in your discard instead of back under the bottom of your deck. So you could use those cards to either play the Kristoff or the Chernobog for free, depending on what you discard. right? So you could buff up your discard so you could play those other characters for cheaper. The problem is that you have to wait till he quests, and with the strength of 1, he dies to most ruby stuff. Even with the willpower of 4, there are a lot of steel cards that can get rid of him.
Like human Skitsu, LOL.
Yep, he dies to most of the ruby removal, and then he'll also die to a long game Zeus. So the odds of you being able to quest with him, right, is pretty not great. So I don't know if this ability will get off. If it was when you play him and when he quests, I think this could be a really cool card. Yeah, but he only does when you quest, so I think it's a little too slow. But it's Robin Hood. So if that Robin Hood deck, maybe now you can do green and red if you want to do the Robin Hood deck. So
I do Hero, and I play it perfectly. Do you understand that?
maybe not whispering for audio listeners.
Okay.
Yeah, freaky. All right, up next, it's Scrooge McDuck, aficionado of antiquities at the 4-cost uninkable Sapphire card, strength of 5, willpower 5, quest for 2. This is decent for a 4-cost with this kind of stat line. Probably want to grab it in a draft because it's a pretty big body to throw off there.
Is that the staff in the background?
I don't.
In the door.
Maybe I can't really. Yeah, that might be a snake staff.
What door?
Maybe that little character next to it is Basil. So maybe there's some stuff going on in there. But he's looking for a secret room, right? This secret room should be here. I can't believe I paid a whole penny for this map. Next, we've got Mother Gothel, Unwavering Schemer. It's a 6-cost inkable, strength 4, willpower 6, shifts for 4. It's an emerald card that quests for 2. Special ability, The World is Dark. When you play this character, each opponent chooses one of their characters and returns that card to their hand. So it's some bouncing stuff going on. The opponent chooses them. So if there's like some advantage to bringing the card back from hand, like they're going to do it. But strength of 4 doesn't die to a ton of stuff. And you can shift it onto some of the other Mother Gothels. So maybe there's some potential here. The card does look great, though. Unfortunately, I don't believe there is an enchanted for it, but that is a great
I
card.
hope there is.
Up next, it's Moana, Determined Explorer. It's a strength 3, willpower 4, amber card that's a 3-cost uninkable. Quests for 2, wherein her text is investigate every part of the luminary, find the chronicons, restore the luminary. How hard can it? Wait, what was that noise? So people are on the lookout for the chronicons to restore the illuminary. So that is part of the story we've got going on.
Isn't that the amethyst chronicon?
It looks like it's right there. Yeah, she should just turn around.
That's fire.
No, it's down here, right here, next under her arm. Like Moana, she's not good at finding things. Like that was not really her arc in the movie. She wasn't good at finding things. She just kind of lucked into them. Like the ocean just led her to Maui.
Yeah.
Maui led her to the Phoebe. Like that's the story of her, not her finding things. Like a turtle gives her an amulet, right? She doesn't find anything. It just shows up for her.
Yeah. Like the heart.
Yeah, like the heart, right? Like she didn't go find it. The ocean had to like, all right, fine, I'll do a freaking miracle. So ocean miracle happens. She finds the amulet. She can't find nothing. Up next, Minnie Mouse, Drum Major. She is an amber card, 5-cost inkable, strength of 4, willpower 4, shifts for 4, quest for 2. Special ability, Parade Order. When you play this character, if you use shift to play her, you may search your deck for a character card, reveal that card to all players, shuffle your deck, and put that card on top of it. So a way to find the character card that you want, put it on top of your deck, and play it. And yeah, that's what I expect you to do if you ever play that card. Mamet will get up and march around the room just like he's supposed to. But let's stop for that. What do you think, guys?
I think could get some play, maybe.
Yeah, she's a little expensive, and there's not a whole. I mean, there's like one.
This could work with a amber amethyst. Like you could play this.
What amethyst mini
shift
card are you
it.
looking for? Like, there's only one.
And then put a random card on top, and then insert Bruno to say, I don't know, Roma.
Sure, yeah, it could work with Bruno, but there's not a whole lot of shift targets for Minnie in that. I think there's just the one amber Minnie Mouse. So, let's see what else we got. The King of Hearts! He's here, the monarch of Wonderland in Amethyst. He's a 4-cost inkable, strength of 1, willpower of 4, quests for 2.
Okay, if we got the King of Hearts, we have to have the doorknob.
Special ability is pleasing the queen. You tap him. Chosen exerted character can't ready at the start of your next turn of their next turn, so way to lock someone down.
Like a mini Elsa.
Yeah.
Can
To
you
stop him.
please say that there's a doorknob? Say it.
I can't. There is no doorknob in this set. All the cards have been revealed, and none of them were doorknobs. Maybe next time. Maybe the next set is doorknob strike back. I don't know. Oswald is going to have 1 card. He's not going to have 203 other ones. There are 203 other cards that can get played. I'm pretty sure that they are not all going to be Oswald's. So.
Well,
Here's the question, though, right? For doorknob, is doorknob an item or is he a character?
He's both.
He's a song.
He's a character item. He's a song. He's gonna sing. I sing doorknob. Like what? You can't sing that. That's a thing.
No.
Drive it first. Drive it first.
I guess like Mrs. Potts is a character, right? She's not an item.
Lumiere's not an item.
But there's no actual people transforming into objects and turning into these things because of the beast being bad.
Right, the doorknob's just a doorknob. Like that's all he's ever been.
What about the cards?
So just because you talk doesn't mean you can't be an item.
The cards are characters. Are the cards items?
I don't know, because the cards can also move around. They've got a head. The doorknob
Doorknob has a head. He doesn't have a neck.
I mean,
Doorknobs have feelings too. Don't threaten me.
all he has is a schnozola, right? He uses that to open. So I don't know. Like, it'll be interesting. They could make the doorknob an item, I think. Stop trying to strangle me, boy.
I'm not trying to strangle you.
Sit. Stay. Good boy. Don't grab schnozolas. Don't. Okay.
You're gonna pay for that.
All right. So that are all the cards we're gonna look through today. We're not gonna cover all the rest of the cards. These were most of the rares and super rares, legendaries, and some other cards that I just had to show everyone, like the King of Hearts. For those that don't know, Malcolm did portray the King of Hearts in the recent Alice in Wonderland. Emmett was the doorknob. That is why he's adamant that it's not fair that Malcolm got a card and Emmett did not.
Schnozola already.
So let's stop with the handling of schnozolas. So that is most of the Shimmering Skies ones. Next time, as long as I can kind of get it through, we'll look at cards, look at for drafting and sealed, like which ones you want to try to put in your deck. You look at things a little bit differently when you're doing draft and you're doing sealed because you are limited to your card choices. So we'll look at some ones you want to pick up from there. That will be the focus of our next episode. But before we bring this episode to a close, let's do what we always do with Disney trivia. No mom to help you this time, boys.
First question. How do you pull out a dad's schnozola?
No.
You go like this.
Stop it. No more schnozola pulling.
Schnozola pulling is our spot of the day.
Okay, question time. What is the name of the restaurant in Ratatouille that is shut down due to a rat infestation?
Gusto's.
Gusto.
That is correct. Good work. All right.
I forgot it, and then it reminded me.
So, Dick Van Dyke played 2 characters in the original Mary Poppins movie.
Oh, so.
What character does he play in the film Mary Poppins Returns?
But Bud's not in it.
No.
But
Not Bud?
You guys haven't seen this movie, have you?
I haven't seen the Return. But stayed in Pittsburgh when Mary Poppins went over to Pittsburgh 2.0.
What?
Okay, everything you just said makes no sense.
So it's not
Mr. Dawes Jr. is the answer, of course. Next question. Oh, great. In Meet the Robinsons,
Oh, I got this.
what important date in his life does Lewis want to use his invention to go back to sea?
His birthday.
Not quite.
Oh, it's the day of his birth.
No. That's the same thing.
No,
you were born on the day of your birth. That is your birthday.
No, he was saying like, no, he time travels, right?
Yeah, I assume
so. I thought like you said it was close, so I thought maybe like the day he was born instead of like his birthday.
Those are the same thing.
He might go back in time like really far, but do it on his birthday, or he could go back time and do it the exact day he was born.
That makes no sense. Anyways, it's the day he was put up for adoption.
Oh well, that's sad. He's an orphan. Oh.
Yeah. So maybe he would want to go see his birthday because maybe he's not sure if that is his birthday. But the birthday and the day you were born are usually the same thing, Malcolm.
Yes, I know.
Okay. Who plays Lily in The Jungle Cruise? You know.
Oh, it's the baker from. It's
right,
the baker's wife.
It's the baker's wife. Do you know her name?
She's also from the new Fall Guy movie. What even is Fall Guy? Yes.
Oh wait, was she?
Yeah.
Yes, she was.
Yeah, and
Not Anna.
she's the person that's at every Oscar that with the person who played Ken.
She was at the Oscars.
Does she start with an A?
No.
B.
We're not doing this game.
D-E-F-B.
It's Emily Blunt.
I knew that.
But you didn't.
Yes, I did.
All right, last question. Where did the animated feature Pocahontas premiere?
Disney World.
No.
The movie theater. Hollywood.
It doesn't look like it was a movie theater.
Pittsburgh.
No. Pittsburgh. You're just throwing that out there. It's in Central Park. You know what city Central Park is in?
New York.
That's correct. New York City. Central Park is where it took place. Sit down, doorknob. Okay.
You called me that.
That was the end of our trivia from the wonderful world of Disney. We've got to end. There's just so much going on. Anyways, thank you all for joining us. I really do mean it. Emmett does not want to attack anyone else. You want to sit down. There we go. Great. Fantastic. Mom is obviously not here this week. But if you have any questions, you can send them to questlorequestions@gmail.com. If you were listening to us like, what are these people talking about? What do they even look like? Why are people talking about grabbing Shanazola? What is a Shanazola? Answers to all those questions can be found on our YouTube version of this, as well as images of all the cards we've been talking about as we're talking about them. If you're like, I can't stand watching these people just trying to grab Shanazolas, you can listen to an audio version on all our major audio podcast platforms. You can also find us on social media. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. You can find us there. We will be next week in Disneyland. We're going to record an episode and publish it later on, so if there is news, we won't be talking about it. But we will be in Disneyland next week. Hopefully, we'll be able to post some stuff to our social media. While we're there, hopefully, we'll be able to pick up some D23 sets, get that pin that's out for the first anniversary, all that fun stuff. Yes, the D23 set, so we can have a copy of the Oswald card for Malcolm. So, with all of that said, this has been QuestLore. Thank you so much for watching us. Please rate, like, subscribe. Do whatever it is that you interact with our episodes. Do something there. It really helps the show. Anyways, thank you again so much. We will talk to you later. And
the doorknob for Lorcana. And if it's not,